Welcome to the channel. Paint defect shrinkage, which can also be called as bull's eyes, ringing, and edge mapping, as shown in this illustration and a photograph. The shrinkage defect is related to the repaired area, feather edge, or sand scratches when become visible within hours, days, or weeks after the repair is completed. This is defect number 42 related to the series paint defects, their causes, and a countermeasure. In total, this is our video number 124. Paint defect shrinkage is a delayed paint film defect in which the paint system contracts or sinks during drying and curing, causing previously hidden surface irregularities, subtrade contours, sanding marks, application marks, or other imperfections to become visible hours, days, or weeks after painting. In simple terms, the painted surface initially appears smooth and defect-free, but as the coating continues to dry and cure, it contracts and sinks, revealing imperfections underneath or within the paint film system. Paint film shrinkage. It covers newly painted OEM parts, repainted parts, repaired areas, primer filler systems, feather edges, and sanding marks, and finally surface reparation irregularities. The essential characteristic of shrinkage is delayed appearance. The defect develops not instantly but becomes noticeably visible after the paint initially appears satisfactory. There is the diagram. Where can we see the shrinkage effect on the paint? The feather edge becomes visible, sanding scratches reappear, and repair area contours become visible. Here is another diagram. We can see feather edge becomes visible once again, sanding scratches reappear, and of course, contours repair area become visible. The painted surface initially looks smooth and good, but as it dries and cures, the film contracts oblique sinks and underlying imperfection become visible. There is another diagram showing the defect, paint effect, shrinkage, which is self-explanatory. The number one probable cause is insufficient curing of filler, primer, sealer, or previous coating. That is, residual solvents and curing reactions continue after painting. The underlying layer gradually contracts, causing the upper film to sink and reveal its profile. It can be further explained. Residual solvents and curing reactions continue after painting. The underlying layer gradually contracts, causing the upper film to sink and reveal its profile. The recommended countermeasure is allow each layer to achieve the specified drying curing time before recoating. The number two probable cause is excessive film thickness, or we can say excessive material buildup. Thick films trap more solvent and take longer time to cure. Subsequent solvent loss and film contraction produce delayed sinking of the coating system. Its effective countermeasure could be maintain specified wet and dry film thickness, avoid excessively heavy coats. The number three probable cause is the next wet coat can partially seep the previous layer, trapping solvent underneath. Later, evaporation causes volume loss and surface shrinkage. The recommended countermeasure is follow the manufacturer's specified flash off time between coats. Number four probable cause is excessive thinner or reducer or incorrect mixing ratio. Excessive solvent increases the amount that must evaporate during curing, increasing the potential for solvent retention and subsequent film contraction. The recommended countermeasure is use the specified thinner reducer and strictly maintain the recommended mixing ratio. The fixed probable cause could be use of aggressive solvent cleaner or thinner or reducer as a surface cleaner. Strong solvents can often or potent or penetrate can soften or penetrate insufficiently cure coatings. Subsequent solvent evaporation and rehardening can contribute to sinking or shrinkage. The recommended countermeasure is use only the approved panel cleaner or degreaser. Do not use bed thinner reducer as a general surface cleaner. The number six probable cause would be porous or insufficiently sealed substrate oblique filler. Previous material can absorb solvents, coating solvent. As the absorbed solvent later escapes and the substrate stabilizes, the surface can lose volume and expose underlying contours. The recommended countermeasure is fully cure and properly seek porous filler substrate before applying the next finishing system. The seventh probable cause is excessively thick filler application. Thick filler layers can retain solvents and undergo prolonged curing. Their subsequent contraction can transmit the profile through the paint film. Lie thinner in controlled thickness and allow complete curing before sanding and coating. The number eight probable cause is low drying temperature or inadequate drying conditions. Poor drying conditions slow solvent evaporation and curing, thus increasing the likelihood that the coating continues to contract after the surface appears dry. The recommended countermeasure is maintain specified temperature, ventilation, and air movement. Use approved baking conditions where applicable. Number nine probable cause is incompatible or solvent sensitive underlying coating. Cause can be explained as solvent from the new coating can soften or attack a sensitive underlying layer. As the system subsequently dries and hardens, surface sinking or reappearance of underlying marks may occur. Therefore, use only compatible approved coating system and ensure that the substrate is stable before overcoating. The number 10 probable cause could be incorrect recoat timing or coating applied before the previous layer is insufficiently stable. That is, applying a new layer too early can interfere with solvent release and a curing of the previous layer, thus increasing delayed contraction of the combined film system. Therefore, observe the specified minimum recoat time and curing requirements for each layer. Coming to the repair method of the paint film defect shrinkage. Number one, allow the affected area to thoroughly dry, cure, sand, and refinish as shown in this illustration. Number two, if additional filling is necessary, apply a primer surface, sand smooth, and refinish as shown in this illustration too. Ensure complete curing and smooth clean surface before refinishing. Use recommended materials and follow the paint manufacturer's instructions. And our technical conclusion on the paint defect shrinkages: the primary cause of shrinkage are essentially insufficient curing, to excessive well build, to solvent entrapment, to inadequate flash off time, delayed solvent release, and film contraction and sinking. The visible results, such as feather edges, sanding scratches, contours, halos, and repair area outlines, are a manifestation of the shrinkage, not normally the root cause themselves. The previous table of causes and countermeasures. Causes number 1 to 4 and 6 to 7 are the strongest and highest correlation, while 5 and 8 to 10 are important contributing causes. With this, we conclude our discussion on the paint effect shrinkage, that is, bullseyes, ringing, and edge mapping. Stay tuned and keep watching the videos on similar topics related to automobiles, motorcycles, scooters, and auto rickshaws. Thank you so much.